Hello students. Today we are going to do inverse of a matrix. So we have done how to add two matrices, subtract two matrices, multiply two matrices. But there is a notion called inverse in numbers. We can divide two numbers also. But we are not doing division of matrices because this is not a concept in matrices. Rather, in matrices, we say inverse. So, if we want to write in numbers, we can always write A upon B. But in matrices, we never write A upon B. This is not possible. Actually, we write A, B inverse. So, now in this lecture, I will tell you how to find inverse of a matrix. Moreover, the basic point is not every matrix is invertible. We will also see when to find inverse of a matrix and when it is not possible. Just like the number theory, in numbers we cannot divide a number by 0. So if b is 0, we cannot divide it. So in matrices also we will see that if determinant b is 0, we cannot find its inverse. Let's see. Inverse of a square matrix A is defined if and only if its determinant is non-zero. And if determinant is non-zero, such matrices are called non-singular or invertible matrices. Inverse of A is then a matrix of same order A inverse such that A into A inverse is equal to identity matrix is equal to A inverse into A. Now, this is the definition of inverse. How to find it? We find A inverse. Actually, there are many methods to find A inverse, but in this lecture, I will be telling you the method using minors, cofactors, adjoint, and then we'll use A inverse is equal to 1 upon determinant A into adjoint A. See, determinant A is non-zero implies 1 upon determinant A is defined. If determinant A is 0, we cannot write 1 upon 0. So, this condition comes from here that determinant A has to be non-zero. It can be negative or positive but non-zero. Let's see what are minors and cofactors and why we need them in finding determinant. Because here you can see we have not used the word minor cofactor in this formula of inverse. So minors and cofactors, these are basically numbers associated with this matrix. So let A be a square matrix of order n cross n. Minor of an element Aij. Aij means element in ith row and jth column is the determinant obtained by deleting ith row and jth column, and it is denoted as Mij. Cofactor of an element Aij, it is denoted by Cij, and it is defined by Cij is equal to minus 1 raised to power I plus j, addition of these into Mij, where Mij is what? It is the minor of Aij. So we need minors to find cofactors and then adjoint. If A is a square matrix of order n cross n, adjoint is the matrix obtained by taking transpose of the matrix whose ijth entry is Cij. So to calculate adjoint, we need the cofactors. That's why to calculate inverse, we need minors, then cofactors, and then adjoint. So inverse of the matrix is given by 1 upon determinant A times adjoint of A. Let's see with the help of examples. So I will do two examples, one with 2 cross 2 matrix and another with 3 cross 3 matrix. Let's start with the 2 cross 2 matrix. Example, let A is this 2 cross 2 matrix 1, 4, minus 3, 8. We need to find its inverse. So first of all, let's see if inverse exists actually or not. See, determinant of this matrix is given by minus 4 by minus 3. For details regarding how to find determinant, you can see the lecture with determinants. It's lecture number 6. Link will be given in the description box. This is 8 plus 12, that is 20. So determinant of A is non-zero, and hence A is invertible, or we can find inverse of matrix A. Now to find the inverse of matrix A, we will find minors, cofactors and then adjoint. Let's see. There are 4 entries in this matrix, so we will be having 4 minors corresponding to 1 entry M11, 1 entry M12, 2 entry M21 and 2 entry M22. So as we defined earlier, what is minor? M11 is found by deleting first row, see here, and first column. What is left? It is the only entry, that is 8. So M11 is 8. Now M12, it is obtained by deleting first row and second column. So we get -3. M21 is obtained by deleting second row and first column. So we get 4. And M22, 22 means second row, second column. So we get 1. So these are the 4 minors. Now we will be calculating the cofactors. So what is the cofactor? Cofactor C11 is -1 raised to power addition of these 1 plus 1 M11. C12 is -1 raised to power 1 plus 2 M12. C21 means -1 raised to power 2 plus 1 M21. And C22 means -1 raised to power 2 plus 2 M22. Now see, -1 square, that means 1 into M11, 1 into 8 is 8. -1 raised to power cube, that means -1 into M12, that is -3. So we get a 3. -1 raised to power 2 plus 1, that is -1 into M21 is 4. So we get -4. -1 raised to power 4, that would be 1 into 1. So this is 1. Now we write a matrix with cofactors. So let's see. Adjoint A, as we defined earlier, is the matrix. First of all, we will write cofactors as per their arrangements. And then we take transpose. So this is equal to 8, 3, -4, 1 transpose. Let's recall what is a transpose. It is obtained by interchanging rows and columns. So first row would become first column here and second row will become second column here. Now we have found adjoint A as well as here we have found the determinant A. Let's write what is inverse of A now. So A inverse is given by 1 by determinant A into adjoint A. Determinant A is 20, so 1 by 20. Adjoint A we have calculated here is 8 minus 4, 3, 1. So this is 8 minus 4, 3, 1 is the inverse of A. Now let me tell you a short trick to find inverse of a 2 by 2 matrix. It is applicable only for 2 by 2 matrices. So let A is equal to A, B, C, D be a given 2 by 2 matrix such that determinant of A, that is AD minus BC, is non-zero. Then inverse of A is given by 1 by determinant A, which we have calculated here, AD minus BC, into, we interchange the diagonal entries, so we get D here and A here, and multiply the non-diagonal entries with the negative, minus B minus C. Observe from here, we have interchanged the diagonal entries, 8 here and 1 here, and multiplied the non-diagonal entries with the negative sign. So 4 becomes -4 and -3 becomes 3. So you can apply this short trick to solve the multiple choice questions. Now we will do next example for inverse of a 3 cross 3 matrix. Let's see. This is a matrix of order 3 cross 3, 2, 1, 3, 4, -1, 0, -7, 2, 1. We have to find its inverse. To find its inverse, first of all, let's find its determinant. In order to determine if inverse of A actually exists or not. So let's expand with the help of row 2. Why row 2? Because we have discussed that we will take that row which contains maximum number of zeros. So row 2 is containing a 0, so I am expanding with row 2. Then determinant of A is equal to, we write -1 raised to power the position, this element has position 2, 1. 2 plus 1 into the element into a determinant which is obtained by leaving the row and the column in which that element is. 1, 3, 2, 1. For the detailed discussion on how to find determinant of a 3 cross 3 matrix, you can see the lecture on determinants. It is lecture number 6. Again, the link will be given in the description box. Plus minus 1 raised to power 2 plus 2. Now I am corresponding to this entry minus 1 into the entry minus 1 into, we will leave this row and this column. So we are left with 2, 3, minus 7, 1. I am not going to write the next part because it is 0 multiplied, and anything multiplied with 0 is going to give me 0. So let's calculate it. Minus 1 raised to power 3 is minus 1 into 4. This determinant is 1 minus 6. So it is minus 5 plus minus 1 raised to power 4 is 1 into minus 1. This is 2 plus 21. So it is 23. So we get 20 minus 23. So this is equal to 20 minus 23, that is equal to minus 3, which is non-zero, and hence we can say that A is invertible or A inverse exists. Now let's find A inverse by finding minors, cofactors, adjoint, and then inverse. Let's start with the minors. So we have 9 entries, so we will have 9 minors. Let's start with M11. M11 will be obtained by leaving first row and first column. So we are left with minus 1, 0, 2, 1. Finding this determinant, that would be minus 1. M12. This is the determinant found by leaving first row and second column. So this is 4, 0, minus 7, 1. So we get a 4. M13. That is by leaving the first row and third column. First row and third column. So we get 4 minus 1 minus 7, 2. That is 4 2s are 8. 8 minus 7, 1. M21. M21 is obtained by leaving second row and first column. So we get 1, 3, 2, 1. 1, 3, 2, 1. That is 1 minus 6 minus 5. M22. M22 is obtained by leaving second row, second column. So this is 2, 3, minus 7, 1. That is 2 minus 21. 2 minus minus 21, that is 2 plus 21. So we get 23. M23, that is leaving the second row and third column. 2, 1 minus 7, 2. So we get 4 plus 7. 4 plus 7 is 11. M31, that is leaving third row and first column. So we have leaving the third row and first column 1, 3 minus 1, 0. 1, 3 minus 1, 0. That is 0 plus 3. M32, that is leaving the third row and second column. Third row and second column. So we get 2, 3, 4, 0. That is 0 minus 12. So minus 12. And last minor, that is M33, by leaving the third row, third column. So leaving the third row, third column, we get 2, 1, 4 minus 1. That is minus 2 minus 4 minus 6. So now we have found all the minors, and next we are supposed to find the cofactors. Let's find the cofactors now. Again, we are going to have 9 cofactors given by C11, C12, C13, C21, C22, C23, C31, C32, C33. And the formula are Cij is minus 1 raised to power I plus j Mij. So minus 1 raised to power 1 plus 1 M11. Minus 1 raised to power 1 plus 2 M12. minus 1 raised to power 1 plus 3 m1 3, minus 1 raised to power 2 plus 1 m2 1, and so on. We will write all the cofactors, that is this. Now we are going to see that whenever we have odd power of minus 1, we are going to get a minus 1, and whenever we have even power, we are going to get a plus 1, because minus minus cancels and we get a plus. So let's see. Minus 1 raised to power 1 plus 1, that is minus 1 raised to power 2, which is even power, so it will give me 1. So it is equal to m11. Minus 1 raised to power 3, negative m12. This would be positive, this would be negative, this would be positive, and this would be negative. This would be positive, negative, and positive. Now let's just put the values of the minors. M11, 12, 13. This is minus 1, 4, 1. So here you get minus 1, minus into 4, that is minus 4, and 1. Next are minus 5, 23, 11. So this is minus of minus 5, plus of 23, minus of 11. Last three are 3, minus 12, minus 6. So this is 3, minus of minus 12 is plus 12, and this is minus 6. So now we have found all the cofactor. Let's get to adjoint of A. Then adjoint of A, we write the cofactors in an arrangement: minus 1, minus 4, 1, 5, 23, minus 11, 3, 12, minus 6, and then its transpose, which is equal to minus 1, minus 4, 1, 5, 23, minus 11, 3, 12, minus 6. And at last, inverse of A is given by 1 by determinant A multiplied by adjoint A. Determinant A in this case was minus 3, and adjoint A we have found is minus 1, 5, 3, minus 4, 23, 12, and 1, minus 11, minus 6. If you need to find inverse of a matrix, then the question is completed. But yes, we can check that our answer is correct or not by just trying this. The checking method is, we can multiply A and A inverse. We have seen how to multiply two matrices in the lecture of multiplication of matrices. So A inverse, if it comes out to be identity, then this is your correct answer. If you are not getting identity by multiplying these two, then there is some mistake in the calculation or in the method, then you need to check it. And this is also the shortcut in if you are attempting multiple choice question. You can just put your options here and check for which option A into A inverse is identity. Moreover, we have one more thing, that A inverse is equal to 1 upon determinant A into adjoint A. That gives me that A into adjoint A is equal to determinant A times identity. And it is same as adjoint A into A. You can easily check this relation from this equation, that multiply both sides by A. You will get A into A inverse is identity, A into adjoint A, and determinant A is a number, so I need to multiply it with the identity in order to equate these two. Because otherwise left side would be a matrix and right side would be a number only. So that's all for now. If you have any questions, any suggestions regarding this lecture, please feel free to write in the comment box below. Thank you. Have a nice day.